Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us on air and streaming on KARE 11 Plus. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. I'm Jason Hackett alongside Alicia Lewis. It feels more like Christmas outside, though, than St. Patrick's Day. That is for sure.
And it's going to be more Christmas today, John. A little snow in the forecast.
I come back, if we could go sub-zero here, it'd be the coldest morning in 30 years. You got to go to 1996. Since we can't even talk, it's that cold out. Since we were below zero this late in the year. Articulate, dude. I forgot how to do this job. All right, let's get out there. We can see the headlines for the frigid start here this morning. I couldn't find my hat this morning at 2:30 in the morning. 1 to 3 inches of snow is coming back in, and then spring begins. And guess what? Warm air is coming in. Now, here we go. We're at 0 in Eden Prairie. So Eden Prairie is almost there, but the Metro's hanging on to 3. So maybe we won't do it here. -4, -6, very cold start. But the other, and probably the more important thing here, is that nuisance snow this afternoon and evening. We've got this starting at 3 p.m. until midnight, so it's mainly focused on the evening commute for light snow and slick conditions. We'll time this entire thing out for you. We'll show you future radar and accumulations in your forecast coming up. Morning, Cece.
Good morning. Yeah, you'll definitely want to add some more time to your drive as you're headed home from work tonight. This morning, things look pretty decent out there, but I am seeing this situation in Bloomington on Highway 169 southbound. This is just south of Shakopee Road. It was reports of a vehicle fire, but it looks like things have calmed down. Now this semi is just kind of blocking this right lane here. Folks passing on this left side as you make your way towards Savage and Shakopee. Not changing drive times in this area, but definitely something I'll be keeping my eye on. Again, you see traffic flow still looks pretty good in that area. I do want to take a look at the road conditions map because things have improved significantly out there on the roads, but we are still seeing some partially covered areas, and I did see a vehicle go off the road this morning, so there are still slick spots. Please take it slow out there, at least until things warm up out there. Across the rest of the Twin Cities metro, traffic flow looks great, so I'll have an update for you just after 6:15.
Cece, thank you. We'll check back in a little bit. Let's get to our top story this morning. Temporary protected status for Somalia is set to expire today.
But a recent move from a federal judge is putting that move in limbo. Audrey Russo joins us now from the newsroom to explain. Audrey.
Yeah, good morning. Things are in limbo for the 400 Somalis in Minnesota right now with temporary protected status. Homeland Security was slated to terminate Somali TPS at 11:59 tonight, but a federal judge put a pause on that Friday. Immigration advocates filed an emergency motion to keep TPS in place. Take a look at this. The judge's decision here gives both sides time to file briefs and arguments on the motion while keeping legal protection for Somalis in place for now. A TPS was granted to Somali nationals in the 90s as they fled civil war. Back in January, then Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said allowing Somali nationals to stay was contrary to U.S. interests. Now, in the last 24 hours, local leaders pushed back, highlighting the hardship they could face if forced to leave.
It doesn't make sense for people who have their whole lives here to be sent to somewhere else that they may not even know the language in full.
And to lose 400 people over a technicality and it was just simply wrong.
Now, Minneapolis leaders are encouraging those with TPS to explore other legal avenues for staying in the country. I've got more on that coming up in about 30 minutes, but for now, I'll send things back to you.
All right, Audrey Russo reporting in the newsroom. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Happening today at the state capitol, House lawmakers are expected to hold their first vote on Harveys Law.
Yeah, this bill's named after the 11-month-old who was killed at a Savage daycare last fall. Megan McPherson's live at the state capitol with more on today's vote. Megan.
Good morning. Yeah, a Minnesota House Committee will meet at 3 this afternoon here at the state capitol to vote on that bill known as Harveys Law. The support for this legislation from families impacted by abuse in child care centers continues to grow online. Take a look at this petition here that continues to gain attention. It was started on change.org and it was created by a Minnesota mom advocating for greater transparency. That petition has gained over 6,000 signatures in the last several weeks. The House has heard testimony from the parents of Harvey Mucklebust. They told lawmakers cameras wouldn't physically stop someone from harming a child, but they would help families see and understand what happened. Some child care providers pushed back, raising concerns about privacy and security.
They create accountability, they provide evidence, they allow for immediate action. to protect children.
What can improve safety in hospitals and in childcare is proper training, supervision, ratios, protocols and procedures, inspections, higher pay for staff, and more.
And the committee will also hear several other bills today aimed at increasing child welfare oversight. I'll explain more on what these bills would do coming up in 30 minutes. Back to you.
Megan, thank you. We'll check back then. Let's take you live to a busy, very crowded MSP airport this morning. Flights are slowly trying to get back to normal after hundreds of delays and cancellations from the winter weekend storm. Now, right now, MSP's website shows 31 canceled flights and 4 delays. Long lines for sure. And the March snowstorm putting a strain on cities as crews are still working hard to clean up all of the streets. In Minneapolis, you have until 8 o'clock this morning to move your car from the odd side of the streets, not on snow emergency routes. So you have to move over to the even side or to the ones with the sign that says snow emergency route. The city is also offering free parking in the Farmers Market lot on East Lyndale and the 4th Street North lot until 8 o'clock tonight. And over on the east side in St. Paul, parking's not allowed on day plow routes. That starts at 8 this morning. The city's website has a long list of surface lots where you can park. Officials are asking you to remove your car once your street has been plowed to the curb. All vehicles must be off the surface lots no later than 5 tonight. St. Paul's snow emergency goes until Thursday night.
This morning, the back and forth over the Strait of Hormuz continues. More NATO allies are pushing against President Trump's demand to open the critical oil route. So far, Germany, Spain, Italy, and Japan have said no. Trump has warned that NATO could face a, quote, very bad future if the alliance does not help. But the conflict here is continuing to drive up gas prices. Today in Minnesota, it's going to cost you about $3.44 a gallon at the pump, with the Twin Cities seeing the highest prices nationally. The average is getting closer to $4, about $3.80 a gallon.
An update this morning out of Hermantown, where a city council meeting over a proposed data center got pretty heated. Their first since officials announced Google is behind a project there. The data center has drawn fierce pushback from community members who say they're worried about the environmental impacts and how it's going to change the rural area. However, the others say it's an investment in the local economy the city hasn't seen in a long time.
First and foremost, it means jobs. Good paying local union jobs, from site prep to electrical installation to long-term maintenance and upgrades. This data center will employ hundreds of skilled building tradespeople from Hermantown and the surrounding communities.
Our founding fathers would roll over in their graves at what is happening to the land they invested their time, money, and hard work to establish.
The city council heard from Minnesota Power as well. The company says the data center won't affect rates, and Google has promised to invest in green energy in the region.
Time now, 6:08, and we are live on the streets of Dublin right now. We kick off St. Patrick's Day just after noon there right now. Things are packed. People are enjoying the day. They're all decked out in their green. I think somebody's holding out the Irish flag there. Lots and lots of fun.
Everyone's walking straight.
Yeah, so far, give it a few hours. I don't think it's going to be the
Still
same
early.
image in a few. Still early. It is 5 o'clock somewhere, though. So you don't have to be in Ireland to celebrate, though. St. Paul is a top St. Patrick's Day destination. And in just a few hours, Irish Arts Minnesota is kicking things off with the annual St. Paddy's Day Irish celebration in downtown. Then at noon, the 60th annual parade will start at Mears Park, ending in Rice Park. So if you're heading out there, the St. Patrick's Association recommends parking in lots and ramps along Kellogg and north of 6th Street East. Road closures on 5th Street East and intersecting roads between 6th and 4th begin at 11. It should be a great time out there today. Can't wait to see all the crowds gathered, but they're going to be gathered and probably huddled up to keep warm out there, John. It's going to be a kind of a cold March day today.
Yeah.